Your sensitivity is actually your superpower and not a weakness. A few days ago, I gave a session to a client, and she told me literally, Dennis, I feel so broken and incapable at work because I'm reacting so strongly to all these weird and strange group dynamics that I observe. And I told her, no, actually, you are very much in touch with your humanity here, and you are picking up on things that other people would miss. And that actually proves that you are very healthy emotionally, and you should start giving yourself some credit for it. So if you yourself also ever felt too sensitive for this world, listen up closely, this video is for you. We live in a world that oftentimes still rewards hardness, speed, and control. So if you are very sensitive yourself, chances are you might feel there's something wrong with you. But here's the truth, your sensitivity is not the problem. The problem is just the unmatched energy that surrounds your gifts. So in other words, what you are missing is how you can work with that sensitivity that you have and turn it into your own superpower. Sensitive people often react very strongly to manipulation, tension, and dishonesty. Not because they're weak, but actually because they can read what other people don't read, and they take it much more to heart. By the way, even neuroscience proves that highly sensitive people process stimuli more deeply, so it's really in your biology. Once you stop seeing your own sensitivity as a flaw and instead own it as a skill, everything will change for you. First of all, you start leading yourself from an awareness where you can use all these triggers and reactions that you're producing as a way to make deeper connection with yourself. In other words, you can meet those inner parts of you that are longing for safety, that are longing for attunement, and learn some really valuable lessons about yourself. Coming from that, you will have a new level of integration, which allows you to approach situations with more calm, with more peace of mind, and with more self-awareness. In other words, you can then respond to situations in a much more empowered way. Furthermore, you'll also be super skilled at reading people and also protect yourself from unhealthy dynamics before they can hurt you. Finally, you stop feeling like the broken one, and instead you realize that you have a really unique skill which allows you to deepen the relationship with yourself and turn it into a much more fulfilling one, and therefore also create much happier relationships with other people. So here's a small exercise you can try today. If you notice yourself getting overwhelmed, especially when you're surrounded by other people, ask yourself this question. What am I picking up on that others are ignoring or not seeing here? And as a next step, can you actually reframe the fact that you're reacting? Instead of making it mean something's wrong with you, can you actually make it mean, oh, that's my sensitivity doing its job. It's giving me some valuable information. And third, based on what you're writing down, what this awareness piece is about, how can you, in a self-loving way, use this information to your own advantage? What inspired action do you feel called to do today? I want you to paint this picture for yourself. Imagine walking into a room, and instead of getting drained and overwhelmed by all the information that you're getting, what would it be like if you could feel everything and pick up on everything without losing yourself? And what if you could actually take all of that information and use it to your own advantage? Use it in a way that you can create a fulfilling experience for you in this very moment. That's empowered sensitivity. It's really the beginning of emotional mastery.